Good morning. My name is Taylor Kilfoyle, and I'm here to give you some insight into why knowing the customer is a competitive advantage. How to make the most money in the shortest amount of time possible. This is the basic desire for any for profit business. When a company sets out to successfully market their product, there are certain steps they must take. According to an article of Martin Perez on Moment.com, the most crucial step in marketing is knowing who your customers are, what their wants and needs are, how they shop, what their likes and dislikes are, and how customers behave are important questions every company needs to answer. Knowing who you are selling your product to will help determine everything from pricing and the area of operations to the kind of advertising to use. To help aid in this process, companies use the 4Ps of business, demographics, and understanding the competition and its customers to ensure success. According to an article in Investopedia authored by Alexandria Twin, the 4Ps are essential for any company's marketing mix. These 4Ps include the product, your good or service, the price, what the customer pays, the place, the area in which you will market your product, and the promotion, the actual advertising itself. When you think about the 4Ps, they all revolve around one thing, the customer. The purpose of your product is to service your customers' needs or wants. The price of your product will need to depend on the average income of your target customer base as well as what they are willing to pay. The place or area in which you market your product is important as well. You might have better success advertising custom sweaters in New York than you would in Texas. And finally, product promotion or the advertising itself is important because this is how your brand is established, grows, develops customer loyalty, and discovers secondary markets. Brand recognition is essential for long term success. Another way a company can gain advantage over the competition is with the use of demographics. The study of demographic data is essential for businesses to make good decisions. Demographics are characteristics of a population that have been categorized by distinct criteria such as age, gender, and income and are used to create marketing strategies. According to an article on Deed.com, demographics are important because they provide a broad understanding of the different characteristics of a population. Businesses use this information to better understand the customer base so that they can make more strategic business and marketing plans. Businesses can track official records of births, marriages, deaths, and migrations and conduct consumer polls and online surveys to obtain all the information they need. The demographic data is then used to aid a company in developing market strategies, conducting economic analysis, and in identifying the ideal target market. For example, the Coca-Cola Company often depicts young men and women in their ads because they believe young adults are more likely to purchase soda. They learn this from demographic studies that shows adults are more health conscious and avoid soda more than teens. Deodorant companies like Axe Body Spray often depict men using the product and instantly becoming irresistible to women. They do this because demographic studies have shown most men get powerful sense of gratification when a woman is attracted to them. Coca-Cola can be used as an example of when a company fails to use demographics in advertising as well. In the 1980s, Coca-Cola was experiencing a drop in sales. To counter the drop, the company decided to create a new sweeter tasting soda. The initial test showed people liked the flavor, so Coca-Cola pulled the old Coke from the shelves and started selling only the new Coke. The result was disaster. Coca-Cola failed to realize that while people liked the new flavor of Coke, they did not want to choose between the two. Customers were familiar with the old design and taste and had an emotional attachment to it. After realizing this, the Coca-Cola Company, listening to the desires of the company customer base, they decided to come back out with the old Coke rebranded as Coke Classic, and brand loyalty and sales spiked. Another way you can gain an advantage in business is by researching the customer base of your competitor and how they have succeeded or failed in reaching the customer and developing brand recognition, how they are looked upon and received by the public. Knowing this can give you an edge in carving out your own part of the market. Unless your product is a new invention, you will be competing for customers that more than likely already use a different product. I recently read an article titled Understanding Your Competitive Advantage on pathwaylending.org, and according to this article, the most important thing for a company to do is to craft a unique value proposition. This is a summary of why a customer should buy your product or service. What sets you apart from the competition? This article states that pricing, product, and customer experience are most important. Your pricing is important. For example, let us say you are selling a high-end item directed to wealthier people. You should be aware of how prices are seen by this group. Too low and your product is seen as cheap regardless of its quality, and too high and your product is scoffed at. Companies who believe they have the newest technology or best product can set prices the same or slightly lower than competition to take over the market. Companies who build up a strong customer loyalty can charge above average for their products, and research shows people still buy from them because they believe in the brand. Smaller businesses have a harder time competing with the prices and technological advances larger companies can provide. To help level the playing field, you should focus on creating a good customer experience. Get to know your customer base, follow them on social media, and engage with them to learn what they like and dislike about the products in your field. Social media is a good platform to reach a broader amount of people at once. You can see a customer review right on the website of any company you want. The easy access can help a company you get exactly find areas are working and which need improvement, and can also help determine what people are willing to pay for your product. But social media is also a way for bad reviews to spread quickly. Therefore, knowing the customer is vital. Any mistake, wrongdoing, or defect, and it is spread across the internet almost instantaneously. In conclusion, knowing as much about your consumer as possible gives you a distinct advantage over others in your field. Only through an in depth knowledge of your customers' needs, wants, and desires can you know how to best service them and learn about the strengths and weaknesses of your product and that of your competitors. Knowing all this can help even the smallest businesses grow successful.